Okay, so I'm installing a 16 by 20 return over the 16 by 16 that came with the house. It's a real builder's grade to do 16 by 16. It's the bare minimum, really, for a two-story house. This is the only intake in my house, so I wanted to upgrade to a larger size. I'm using a lot of cobalt tools because I just love them. They're inexpensive. I buy corded instead of cordless because electrical outlets are everywhere that I work, so I don't have a need to go with the battery option. And this bad boy is excellent for cutting drywall. Um, and of course, these are the model numbers from the Lowe's products I picked up, the filter pack and the actual return assembly with grill. Set me back about 50 bucks. Not a big deal. So what I did first was hold up the new one to the old hole and marked out the extension that I was going to need to cut into the wall. And the original return wasn't even screwed into the wall. It was just in there on tension. So it was easy just to pop the whole thing off the wall and just line up. You see I made an error on my measurements a couple times, so I put a V mark to show which line I wanted to actually cut. And I didn't have a real concern about being too neat with this job. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that there's a metal flange inside as well. And after removing the drywall, I noticed that steel, and I was trying to figure out a good way to cut that. I noticed that it was folded at the top like a lip, and that comes into how I intended to remove that extra bit of metal. I figured I'd do pretty much what I expected that they did when they installed a 16 by 16, and they just fold it forward and cut it. So this is what I used to cut the steel. We got a cobalt product again. This is very lightweight. It's a wonderful type of sawzall. I love using this thing because it doesn't weigh as much as the original sawzall that I had. And again, it's just stupid reliable. You can't go wrong with cobalt. But when it comes to blades, get good blades. I bought a Bosch. This is a metal cutting blade specific for the job, and it did the job beautifully. Absolutely no problems whatsoever chopping through that. So I folded it forward after cutting the vertical axes on each side. And then I was like, well, I guess to chop the horizontal line, I'm going to have to just basically ride the tool along the wall. So you can see there's marks on the wall from the tool. Of course, using a cordless drill, I use that to screw in some basic drywall screws because I do screw in the framing when I do these kind of vents, as opposed to just letting them sit there on tension. And this is the finished product. It came out beautifully, works way better. 16 by 20, that's a lot better airflow for my AC system.